Hello, hello. How's it going? It's been a couple of weeks, I guess. So, yeah, today I'm drawing a big group. I also changed up my layout a bit. I actually don't know where to put the chat, so I threw it in the middle of the screen. Hey, Lil G. Because I was thinking, okay, let me actually show you. Because this chat, right? I could move it to the side, like, completely, but then it blocks stuff. And originally I had it on, like, this side, but then it blocks a lot more stuff. Yeah, Concerto! I liked it very much. So I wanted to draw the whole group. I'm gonna put the chat back randomly in the middle of the screen. But yeah, I wanted to draw everyone, and like, it's a lot of people. It's 8 people, right? So I was doodling it while rewatching Concerto for like the 5th time. By the way, I'm listening to it right now as my own BGM to the stream, so I figure the length of this stream will probably be about 3 hours, the amount of time it takes to rewatch Concerto. But yeah. I find it kind of fun how I came up with the idea. So I resized the canvas a bunch, but this was my initial plan. Okay, I'm not very good at coming up with layouts. I'm like, okay, there's gonna be a bunch of people drawing random shapes. I'm like, oh, there's someone could be here, someone could be there, someone could be here. This is layout number 1. And then it became like this as I tried to figure out where more people are. Haven't seen any of it. You should at least see the free part. The free part actually has a lot. Was it like the first 6 songs? And then, this was when I expanded it a bit further, and then this is where it ended up. I'm so not used to having, like, a lot of people. Yeah, originally it was like, Akina's taking a picture with everyone, but then as I drew everyone else out, it needed to be, like, the camera needed to be pulled farther away, so I don't know what Akina's doing right now. I will just haven't gotten around to it. Well, the free part will always be there. The ticket, I think, is only gonna last until 31st, so 1 more week. I'd say, well, it's up to you, obviously, but if you like them, if you watch, I guess, concerts normally, you probably have an idea of what it's like to get tickets. Because it took a while for me to start getting tickets anyways. There. I accidentally minimized my screens. He's running after setting the camera timer. That might be nice, except no one's looking at the camera. But I guess that's just how they are. Like, Shu noticed. He was like the first one I drew after Akina. I'm like, oh yeah, Akina's gonna take a picture. Shu's gonna notice that they're taking a picture. And then like, Itetsu and Alvin are like, you know, being bros and like talking to each other. They haven't noticed anything going on. And then Kitami's making a stupid joke. And Kanato's laughing at it. And Rube is kind of chill, enjoying the vibe. And Seraph was like... Seraph was like the parent of the group, practically. Kind of haha, laughing along. But yeah, I'll probably draw Akina in last, but this is what he is right now. I'll fill in the background for him. Wait. And there. When you do get around to watching it, Concerto though, like 3-part at least, you should check out the new song. One stage. It's on Akina's channel right now. Or you can check out the song before you check out the concert. Oh, hey Raki! How should I do this? I'm gonna create a new folder and just draw everything in the new folder. Yeah! But yeah, the new song is also something that I have been listening to. Let's draw with a 10 brush. So since there's 8 people, as you can tell, I kind of used my simplified style, which is kind of the style that I used when I was doing like animation stuff. I figured this will make it more achievable to be able to draw 8 people in one picture. Now then, I need to look up reference images though. So I guess the easiest way to do that is probably gonna be going through the hashtag. Yeah, I love their outfits. So Concerto Day 2 is the hashtag. I'm sure if I search it up, I will get it. There we are. Come on, people, and their screenshots. Tell me how to draw. Let's start with Shu, since I drew Shu first before. Alright. He's got that fluffy arm thing. He's got his hair being kind of short. So, is this too thick? Actually, 10 thickness brush. Let's go for 7 thickness brush. 6 thickness brush. I think this I'm good with. 6. I never draw more than 2 people before. I have so many screenshots downloaded from Twitter, it's not even funny. I should probably start doing that, honestly. Things just get lost for me. I drew him kind of like with this face, but maybe let's make him smile. And I used my generic eyes when I drew it, but let's try to draw one a bit more like his eyes, which are very, very sharp. How do I simplify sharp eyes? Does that work? And then his eyebrows are pretty thin. Oh. Hi, the girl Z75. Is that sharp enough? I feel like when I zoom in, you see the pixels so much. Is the brush too thick? But I don't want to make it too thin. I want to keep this style of being like... okay, you know what? Let's try 5. 5 thickness looks like this. Let's try 5. Who is someone who helped you the most in drawing? Like YouTube or something? The most? The most? Like as an inspiration or... Because I went through like phases, I guess, in terms of like whose art I copied or like was inspired by. Like tutor? Oh, I don't have any tutors. If it's like that, then as far as being formally taught, my school teachers, art class teachers. Tutorials I watched. Tutorials. I guess more recently, like the Saito Naoki channel. Was an interesting channel to look at. Like the corrections and stuff. I watched a bit of that. Does that look like Shu? Let me rename this folder as Shu. That was something like that channel I watched. I only started watching that after I made this YouTube channel, I guess. Started backtrack for 29, back 54 contributor day 1 and day 2 screenshots are just true. Yeah, a lot of people liked his performances. I liked them too. Of Naoki too, lost the channel before shame, yeah. Kind of crazy how that can just happen. me trying to draw his hair, but also trying to simplify it, but also being like, oh yeah, and then there's one strand that like goes here, and then one strand that goes there. Let's just turn this into a whole chunk. I'm still so mad he performed Shanty again and I still don't get to see it. Yeah, Shanty was good. Oh my gosh, like the screams and stuff are so funny. And also like the reactions of the other concerto members. That's one of the things I like about concerto, because like I kinda watch everyone already, so it's like, wow, they're all getting along and stuff. It's fun to watch their interactions. Cause like, I don't know, like the first liver who's singing that I liked, that I became a fan of, was Akina. And then Shu is like one of my favorites in EN. This doesn't quite work. And then Albin is like an inspiration for learning Japanese. How the heck does his hair work here? Anyways, I guess I'll just kind of follow what I drew. And I'm just gonna like look around here. And then Seraph and Kanato from Volt Action being crazy entertainers, and also being really funny when it comes to like Kanato. Completely off topic, sorry, but I found box fan merch at my local antique mall. Antique mall, is that merch from what, like 400 years ago? when he was first popular? Back from that era of his life. Let's erase what's being covered by his hair. Okay. And then the fuzzy part here. I don't know how to draw fuzzy stuff. Oh no. Just scribbling. Yeah. But yeah, I was saying what I like about all of the members. So like Volt Action, I like them as a group. One of my favorite streams from Volt Action was, I think, a Valentine's Day stream when they were doing like if they can understand a maiden's heart kind of thing. I need a back reference for Shu. And like, they were doing outrageous stuff. I'm thinking mainly of Kanato. I think there's there's probably translation of that stream. Translated clips. But it's just like, oh, your girlfriend, you're going to meet up with your girlfriend, but like there's these guys harassing her. How do you get out of that situation? And Kanato is like, oh hey guys, come over here. Brings them over to the side. Okay, here I've like $100. Is that enough? Like please leave us alone. Or like your girlfriend, you're on a date with your girlfriend and her feet are hurting because like her shoes are, you know, they're like the kind of shoes that are uncomfortable to wear. And then like what do you do? And he's like, I will become your bench. Sit on me. Or something like swimsuit shopping. Or like how do you like say which one looks good on her or whatever. And I can't remember how it got to that point, but he was like, here, let me wear it or something. So I don't know, I think Kanato is just really funny. I'm scrolling and trying to find a reference for Shu's back and I still can't find it. There are a lot of wonderful screenshots though. You know what I should be doing? I should be using the word Shu other than just looking at the hashtag. Does Twitter work this way? Because everyone likes taking screenshots from the front and not the back. Actually, I know what I should be doing! I remember the short on the official channel had everyone walking around, including turning their back. I shall not rely on other people's screenshots, I shall look for my own reference. Okay, I got it. Just like that. Here, this is the layer. So his back is actually pretty plain, I guess. Anyways, it's not like I need to be fully accurate, because this is like deformed. I'm gonna hide Akina for a moment. Or, yeah, I'll hide Akina for a moment. There. They said draw another person is like ×2 effort too. I mean... drawing another person is literally ×2ing the amount of, like, things you're drawing. In terms of simple math. How much effort does it take to draw one person? Is one person's worth. How much effort does it take to draw two persons? It's two persons worth. which is why I'm hoping that keeping it simple is enough. Got this thing like that. And then it like has a design here. Yeah, yeah. And then yeah, what I like about Sarah. It's the Seraph, he can do anything garden, basically. What I like about him, he can do anything. It's kind of like Alvin in that sense, where Alvin is like, you know, for Alvin, it's like he can do a lot of things because he like works hard and like starts from nothing, and yet he's able to do so much. For Seraph, he's got like a foundation of things that he can do, and then he can just keep doing things. It's crazy. It's like, how does such a person exist? But he does. It's Sarah. Alright, so this thing actually has like a tail. From about halfway down his waist to like here, I guess. Yeah, like that. But like, he's also sitting on something, so it's probably gonna do this and then like bend a bit and then go down. Yeah. Maybe. Okay, I'm confused. I've confused myself. Maybe I won't do any fold of clothes. It's going straight down. The chair he's sitting on is so small that it doesn't affect the clothes. And then the other one is almost symmetrical to that. Is that symmetrical? I don't know. Anyways, it's almost right along the same line. Chair, he doesn't need a chair. You know, I decided to give him this chair specifically because of the chair thing. I'm like, you know what? What's Shu gonna be doing? Shu is gonna be sitting on a chair. That's what he's gonna be doing. Okay, I also did not draw all of the flowy things, which is why I'm confused now. Honestly, it's because I didn't draw the flowy things. So the flowy thingy is like on his... oh snap, it's on this side, his left side, which is this side. So that means that you aren't gonna see the leg that clearly because it's gonna be covered with like... I'm getting my reference right now. It would be... He's got it. He's got, like, this thing. And then he's also got... the white one, which is longer, so I would say it would go down here. Wait, actually... that random black piece of fabric goes to his knee. So if it's, like, going down, it would be here. Meat and just making things up. Alright. And then the white part, the flowy part, would go here. And then drape straight down. And then let's say it would have one fold here. Me and not knowing how clothing folds work? Okay, anyways, he is sitting on a chair, so... I just do this, because he is sitting on the chair. Let's keep it simple like that? Yeah. Yeah, okay. And then this is where his boot is. There. I should draw his actual chair, though. It's a stool. So you can't actually see it because he's sitting on it, and then... it would be like... you know... a stool. There. Yeah. Just to give you an idea that he's actually sitting on something and not in midair. Where did this line come from? Which layer is that? Okay, there. Then this stuff. I need to see what it looks like from the side. Okay. It totally goes all the way around. Like that. I'll just draw like that much, and then... yeah. Yeah. Why does it look so... it looks so straight? Like it's not curved at all. This should be longer then, so that it doesn't look so plain. It still looks kind of straight, but whatever. It's good enough. Also, he's got this like... I see. He's got this thing. A white stripe. that goes around from the front. You know what? I'm gonna draw a line. All of the line trim stuff, I will try drawing. It'll increase the amount of information. Maybe that might make it look better. Oh my gosh, I can't draw a parallel line. Anyways, I will continue talking about what I like about every member. So I just finished talking about Sarah. So I guess the heroes would be next. Hoshirube is simply... I like his singing. Very, very simple. I've liked his singing since his first, like, the cover he uploaded on his debut. Maybe not a line like that. Do this. And then... what else about Hoshirube? Well, with the new group cellmates, I like his dynamic in the group. Cause like everyone in cellmates is kind of like super... I don't want to say old, but yeah, they're kind of old. So Hoshirube is kind of like the youngest there. So it's a fun dynamic. Yeah. It's crazy how old they are now. Whenever they say 8th anniversary, I'm like, oh snap. Oh snap, 8th anniversary? I think that's good enough for Shu. Shu lines. I'm not missing anything too important, I don't think. Shu. New folder. Let's call this one Albin. Basically, Shu is the one I had the most details on already. From here on, it's gonna be tough. Albin. I feel like there's gotta be more I can say about Hoshirube, but maybe it's just because I'm seeing him in the context of song lately. But that's all I can think of. Let's give him those eyes. I guess more recently with Hoshirube, he had a collab with Kamochi, because they're both in Cellmates. Well, is that the reason? But yeah, they're both in Cellmates, and they recently collabed. Like a talking stream. And one thing that really struck me about Hoshirube was that this collab was like, I don't know, a month or two ago, maybe? And he was talking about how he was like so not up with the trends, and cat memes are still like the thing for him. I'm like, yeah. Alright, Albin's cool hair. Oh, hey, just a girl. By the way, I've been listening to Concerto this whole time, and guess what song just came on? Shanty. Actually, am I even gonna be able to finish drawing everyone's lines by the time this concert is done playing again? I don't actually know. Ah, thank you, thank you. Let's make it stick out a bit. Albin's hair is it's like pretty short and it goes in different directions. And I said I would erase the parts that are underneath the hair, so something like that. By the way, you wanna know what concert it was that made me, like, finally decide that I need to buy tickets? The one where I felt the FOMO? It was Niji Rock. I watched the free part of that, and then I never bought the ticket, and then it never got released on Blu-ray, and it's just like, dang, this stuff exists. Because previously, I didn't buy tickets, and I thought to myself, one day, when I'm like, when I have money and stuff, maybe I can buy the Blu-rays, and then, like, you know, I'll finally be able to see them. And then I was hit with that cold reality of, not all concerts get Blu-rays. So even that hope of one day being able to see it is like, never. I guess that's also something that happened with the AR live colors. That kind of, yeah. never got released. I still want to get the previous Blu-ray. I'm forgetting the name and I feel like a fake fan. Or Overture? Yeah. I watched Overture because I got the ticket. Because, you know, ever since then, I was like, if I'm interested in it, I need to get the ticket or I'll regret it. Like, I've been thinking, should I get the Blu-ray too? But Blu-rays are expensive. But it's also like, you know, a very pivotal, important concert for EN. So shipping? Yeah, shipping and like, what do you call it? Like the import stuff is... It like doubles the cost? Maybe more? I tend to, if I get anything, I tend to like bundle them together, so it's like it feels crazy expensive to me, but at least, you know, if I combine stuff, the shipping is split. I'm so underrated. I think I'm alright. A comfortable amount of people watch me, I think. Albin's got like a cat thing on his... I don't know what to call this. His clothes. Maybe I should make that eraser is really huge. I should make this a bit further. Yeah, like my favorite block in the concert is like the one that starts with anti-hero or anti-hero. Because that's also the one with Shanty in it. But there's just so many mood changes, I guess, or like it's just so fun to watch that part. I'll extend this part. Cause like anti-hero is like really cool and like English, like everyone... I like it when people try to sing English songs, I guess. Cause you get to hear their like how they pronounce stuff. And I think that's cool. And then Alvin was like, you know, fluent English, and I'm like, yeah, that's English speaking. That's how you sing the song in English. And then it gets you to Shanty. And everyone goes, Kya. And Edo. I like picking up slang. Slang like that from comments, Nico comments. And then Togenkyo Alien, which I'm like glad I know from Gintama. In general, like whenever I hear a song that I know, I'm like, oh yeah, I know this song. Makes me happy. But then also when I don't know a song and then it like turns out to be a good song, it's like, oh, new song found. So that also makes me happy. And then the best part of the block is after that, where it goes into the rice song and then the ice cream song, and it's just like, ooh, we had a full meal of rice And now it's time for dessert. I don't know what I'm doing here. Let's continue. Let's just draw the next part. His sleeves are more puffy-ish, I'd say. Maybe it's just because he's Alvin, but it does feel kind of more puffy-ish, I guess. Yeah, full course meal indeed. Anytime that ice cream is performed, it's like, boy, like, the crowd knows exactly what to do. It knows exactly what to say. Like, Akina, nani ga suki? Aruban, nani ga suki? The angle is kind of off here. It's not quite that facing down. You know what? It's not even that much here. Like that much? You know, I hope that the whole, like, Oyo family does a collab at some point. Because last time it was just, Luca, Alvin, and Yotsuha. So it'd be nice if Itetsu joins them. I'm guessing it was like, I don't know. They said that he was busy the last time, so... maybe they might do something together now that Concerto is over. You know what? Let me hide shoot for a moment. I'm gonna hide everyone one by one as I draw them. I'm gonna draw them from like the front to the back. You can see how my layers just don't make any sense, huh? I'm like, which layer was I drawing on again? Clearly there's no rhyme or reason to this. Who am I drawing? Right now I'm drawing Alvin Knox. Okay. These outfits are so complicated! Got like, a couple of lines going down here. So that'll help show that he's like leaning forward. He's being like, yeah, tell me about it, Tetsu bro. And then, as for this part of the outfit, I guess I'll draw a line here. And a line here. And that should pretty much work. And there's also like a line here. Wow, look at all of those lines. So I also totally did not draw his what do you even call these? The skirt thing? The fabric flappy thing? So I also have to kind of imagine that here. He's got the same... Yeah, he's got, I think, the exact same one as Shu. The bottoms. So he's also got this thing, which Shu had. And then also the white fabric thing. They're all... I'm gonna look back at this and be like, what is this line? Why did I draw this line when I'm coloring this thing in? I'll be like, why did I put a line here? What does that represent? What is the boundary of colors here? It'll be like when you get like a coloring book and you're like, what is this even trying to be? It's gonna be my own coloring book, and I won't be able to figure out what the colors are supposed to be. Something like that. Instead of this being a straight line, let's make it so that it bends a bit more. There. Maybe not, actually. Shouldn't have a sharp corner, now that I think about it. Because it's supposed to wrap around his leg. And this probably has like a bump up. Because you can only see one leg at this point. Of the pants, at least. And then the other one is gonna be the boot. Yeah. And then I should also probably fill in Shu. One tool. Select inverse. You know what? I'm gonna use colors. Shu is purple, so he gets to be... Oh wait, that's kind of more pink. He has to be purple. And Albin is orange, so select inverse. I'll give him an orange color. Yay! Alright, time for Itetsu. Hide and hide and where there you are, Alvin. Let's hide Alvin. They're disappearing one by one. Tetsu. Okay. For Itetsu, I just really like. Actually, let me take this back so I can copy the color. I really like Itetsu's outfit. I think it's like the first time we see this variation. Where he has this thing zipped up all the way so that he has like this shape. Because it's the same thing as Albin here, but like instead of leaving it open, he zipped it up. At least that's what I think. Okay, maybe not. It's a bit different, but you know, it's kind of the same, but it's also kind of different. Okay, it's pretty different, but it's kind of same. It might be that there is, like, nothing at all similar about it, but my imagination is that this is just the zipped up version. And so he's just very happily being like, yeah! Alben, Nikki. There's this really cool thing I gotta tell you about. And if I recall what his face when his eyes are closed looks like, it looks more like this. Delulu is not always the Salulu? Nah, Delulu is always the Salulu. Did you know they performed it? Yeah. They had a medley at the end. Where they performed a bunch of Niji Sanji songs. Actually, well, I don't know if it counts as spoilers, but spoilers! They also performed Jazz on the Clock. You saw the set list but didn't take a very close look at it. Yeah, it's pretty long. Ah, they're so cool though! So cool, so cute, whatever, like, you know, everything they do. There was so much in this concert. I knew about Jazz on the Clock. The one that surprised me the most, or that... Well, I don't know if surprised me the most, but like the one that I was really not expecting was, or the one that I was happy about, I guess? I don't know. They did Night Spider by Trinity. Because Night Spider was... when it was performed in NJU by Trinity, that was like the first time I thought, wow, this is a group in Nijisanji that can dance. And then they never and then they never danced again. Actually, I don't know. Maybe they did like one other song after that. I don't remember the timeline. I just remember being very surprised by it. But now there's a lot of people who dance. Ah, Itetsu is so great. Anyways, for Itetsu, I don't really watch him too much normal. Well, I mean, it's hard to say, like, you know, I watch this person really often because I watch way too many people. But, like... I remember when he debuted and, like, he did all these, like, really insane stream ideas. That's kind of still my impression of him, even though it's been years. And like how, I guess, homemade his streams are. You know what? I think that looks pretty nice. Okay, I should draw his hair. So his hair in his concerto outfit is actually pretty similar to his normal hair. As in, I think it is exactly the same as his original hair. So I just gotta try and capture his original hair. I think I will add this detail. He's got like an X kind of shape here. Or is this too much detail? This might be too much detail, considering the amount of detail I have in these guys' hair. Because his hair is like really fine. So I want to like, I don't know how to express it. Maybe like that. Like, it's not fluffy hair. It's just like kind of messy, fine hair, but like also not that messy. Maybe that's enough to express it. That feels a bit much. It makes it feel like I'll go with that. It feels a bit fluffy for him though. Maybe if I do this instead. Then thin out this part. Okay. And yeah, he also has, everyone has like flowy fabric parts. He's got, whoa, so far everyone has the exact same. So Itetsu also has the same bottom part. And I also realized that this is a bit different. It goes like a triangle shape here. And it has like a pattern. I'm gonna just whatever this pattern. Yeah. It's a bit different from Albin's then. Yeah. Is this part? I need to see it from the back. Trying to understand his outfit. Oh, he's got like, he has a, okay. Huh. So there's a thing here that goes like this. Okay. I guess it looks something like this. So yeah, then there's this thing. I feel like you're making pretty good progress for people in 1 hour. I mean, it's only the line art though. And it's incredibly simplified. there. And you can't really see the rest because I say so. There, and Itetsu is also kind of purple, but his purple is darker and more desaturated than Shu's purple. This is all going from memory. Like, Itetsu's purple is maybe more blue purple? No, it's more red purple. Yeah, this is more like Itetsu's purple. Compared to Shu's purple. This is totally not their actual colors. Oh wait, this is 3 people in 1 hour. I don't have a 4th. Incidentally, I'm drawing everyone, like, separately so that I can reposition them. Which is why I hid Shu so that I could draw Albin in full, so that if I need to, I can move Albin around. Yes, I can't count. I wasn't able to count until I showed everyone either. I was just like, 4? Yeah, that sounds about right. You know what's kind of funny? I'm looking at the concerto video, right? And I was drawing everyone exactly in order as they appeared in the video. Maybe I should draw Kitemi next then. Like going from right to left. Yo, did I draw this like exactly as they grouped them? Because that's actually the order that I drew them initially. Like, I drew Akina first because he was like the concept. And then I drew Shu, and I drew Alvin and Itetsu, and then I drew Kitemi, and then I drew Kanato reacting to Kitemi. Oh wait, Seraph I drew at some random point. And then I drew Hoshirube. Incidentally, my thought process for putting Kitemi here, position-wise, was because I was like, yeah, let's put the 2 jujutsu people beside each other. They aren't interacting at all whatsoever. He's just making some stupid joke or something. But they're beside each other. Kind of like how I put these 2 together because they're like brothers. And then I put Volt Action together. And then Hoshirube is within proximity of Itetsu because heroes. And these 2 are also just the chill side. Alright, hiding everyone again. And hiding Itetsu's rough. Kitemi, the only one with white pants in the whole group. When there's 8 people, but only 1 person is wearing white pants. Actually, is everyone... Almost everyone's wearing the same pants style. I think Hoshirube has a different one. Maybe I'm not looking properly, but it looks like everyone else has like the kind of like half skirt thing. He's not like the other guys. Alright, I did not yet talk about what I like about Kitemi. So it's kind of wild to think that 3SKM is already like, how many years old now? Are they like 3 years old already? Wait, they're 2 years old. I remember because, well, a bit more than 2 years old. Because I remember in Niji GTA, 3SKM were the newest at the time. And I was watching mostly, well, I was watching a bunch of people's points of view in Niji GTA. It's still like my favorite, one of my favorite events. But I watched a lot of Shu's point of view, and I remember being happy when Shu and Kitami interacted. Like, it was pretty small. Like, they just talked, right? Because they both ended up being in police. But I was like, oh my gosh, this is the two jujutsu people. So yeah, and here they are in a concert together. Am I drawing this in the same... Am I drawing this proportionately to everyone else right now? I feel like I've made his face a bit flat. Yeah, the Niji EN 5th anniversary event is also coming up! His face just feels kind of flat. I'm gonna redraw the bottom. Blob hands. Blob hands. I made his arm a bit too big here, so it should be like a lot smaller considering everything is like really deformed. Like maybe just that big. He's like, hey, 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 listen to this. Listen to this. Alright, gotta hide the others now. So I can see him in full. He's just like... His pose is just like, yo, arr. By the way, the reference image, like, it's cause... So I'm looking at the short as my reference image, right? So this is where I have it, It's auto-saving. This is what I'm looking at. This is what he looks like. And then I'm drawing him like this. But he's all like, yeah, princely and stuff. And then he's being a total kid here. But like, as a reference image, that gives me the whole front of his body in a very clear image. And his outfit is kinda complicated. Well, everyone's outfit is kinda complicated. Wow. It really is complicated. Okay. Okay. Let's also shorten his arm. It's like I made his arm so long, but his legs so short in comparison. Just like straight up shrink it a bit. So that's around here. That's too short. Oh, as this will be another blob hand. I'll give a blob thumb there. The blob hand with a blob thumb. But it needs to be a bit bigger. Maybe even a bit bigger than that. From here. there. Oh yeah, I learned a new Japanese word when I was watching the watch-along of Concerto Day 2. Kanato said a word that made everyone start laughing, so I searched it up. He was talking about Shu and his performance of Jane Doe. And after he said it, you know, since everyone burst out laughing, I'm like, gosh, I need to know what this word means. And he said a word, jukujo. So I searched it up. And it's like the word for like older woman. Like he was calling Shu. He was calling Shu that. And then Akina's like, whether or not like you like older women is like your own taste, isn't it? You know, something else that I find kind of crazy about like this concerto live is that 3SKM and the Heroes already have another live scheduled, like planned. So like Kitami here and the two heroes Itetsu and Hoshirube already have another live in a few months that they have to already be practicing for that, right? Like it's only a few months away. So it's like they've been doing this, but you know, they have a whole other like performance to prepare for. It's such a funny pose. I drew it myself, but kind of funny. DG fans being so well fed. I know, but it's like so much. Back when I first decided to start buying tickets so that I don't regret it, it was like, oh, only a ticket like every... a few times a year it was. And now I'm like, I've had to decide, like, do I really want to watch this concert? Kitami, the only guy with pants. I don't have to worry about random flowy things and being like, how does it flow? He's just wearing pants. Pants and shoes. Not even boots. Just normally wearing shoes. Okay. Again, I have left the hair for last. Yeah, it still works. I turn it on every stream, but it doesn't really get used that often. There's also the other command that I still don't know how well it works. Itami's hair is pretty short, so I kind of run into that same kind of thing with Itetsu where I'm like... a lot of what makes the shape of his hair is... like smaller details as opposed to like big chunks. So... just do something like that. And that equals Kitami. So short, he wouldn't even have that. So... Kitami. Does he feel a bit small? Let's bring everyone back. I mean, like, he is standing in the back. Yeah, sure. He's also orange. Oh, but what kind of orange is he? I don't know his orange well enough. It feels like I can't differentiate him from Albin. And I just realized I just drew 2 orange and 2 purples. Let's bring Kanata back. So like, Kitami is kind of standing a bit further back, right? And Kanata is sitting a bit closer. KNT. Alright, I need to go searching for references again because I don't have... Here we have the next reference set. Alright, Kanato. Kanato's yellow. Let's hide the people who are blocking him. I guess Shu can stay, since he's not blocking anyone. Brush tool. Really want to be able to, like, figure out how to draw fast. Alright, so this Kanato, look at how scribbly he is. He's got the same top as Shu, but because of the direction he's facing, you don't really see the fluffy part. Instead, he's got this side visible. And he's like, wahaha, so funny. And there's his blob hand. He's going like, wow, that's so funny. Hilarious. And then another blob hand here. Like, oh my freaking god. Like, technically his fluffy thing should be right here. I guess I'll draw like that much. It does like go up a bit. Oh, hey, Mala Afton. How's it going? Feel like it's been a while? Oof, this outfit. This outfit. Oh, hey Renox. There's so many details on this outfit from the front. Even though it's exactly the same outfit as like shoes. I drew shoe from like the side / from behind. But when you see it from the front, like, oh, okay, 1, 2, and 3 of this thing. Alright, there's that. Then he's also got a vest here. But he's laughing so hard his leg is like up here, which means that it's doing this. And he's got he's got this kind of fabric thing. Must have been a real sneeze slapper of a joke. Yeah. What's my age? I don't know. What is it? I think you can make a pretty good guess if you put together information, but I won't say it outright. So many guesses. There are people who study how clothing folds and stuff. Then there's me who's just like, yeah, I don't know. In any case, his leg is raised, so this thing will be somehow pulled up by it. Yeah. Yeah, this guy also has the same boots as so many people. Probably just trust my ancestors when it comes to folds. Your ancestors? Alright. How far does that skirt thing go? Because he's sitting on it. Everything is just like, yeah, sitting on something. Alright, his hair is again very loose in my sketch thing. It would be like that. And then he has one strand of hair, which is like important because it's like the one strand of like orange highlight in his blonde hair. That's that one. You know what? It can go higher. Like from here. I think let's move the whole head a bit further back here. Okay, erase this. And let's have this part visible. I think that's important to give a sense of the shape of his head. This, though, I will move back further. Because I think it looks nice when it's, like, a bit out there. Probably should have done that first, so I wouldn't have to redraw this part. Something that I like about Kanato and Seraph's hairstyles this time around is like that they're just a bit longer than their usual hairstyles. So it kind of feels like it just grew out a bit. I feel like I just make their legs so short. Like Shu's legs were pretty long, but is Kitami's head too big? I mean, not Kitami, Kanato. I feel like that size might be a bit better. Alright. On a toe. KNT. What is this line? Ah, I was not supposed to select that. I need to see what I'm selecting. Okay, there. Inverse selection. And we got yellow. Let's play and move people around a bit. If I move Kitami over a bit, and Kanato's in front of Kitami, he'd be like, hey. And Kanato would be like, ha. And then these two are comfy there. I just realized that I should draw his chair legs. Sitting on it like here. Yeah. I don't know where those legs are, but yeah, he's sitting on something. Clearly. I get the impression his legs should be longer, but it doesn't really matter because it's being blocked. Time passes so quickly. It's been 2 hours. And I haven't finished even the lines yet. As expected. think I will go for Shirube next, maybe? Save Seraph for after that. So Hoshirube. New folder. He's just kinda happy to be there, I guess. You know, if I could get fast at this style, I think I'd be happy. He's got a smaller happy. And got myself my reference shot. His top is the same as Kitami's. Kinda leaning forward-ish. So he's got this thing going on. I wanted him to be kind of holding onto the back of the seat, like leaning forward with his hands on the back of the stool seat thing, with his legs in front as that kind of balance. I wasn't really sure how to show that, so I'm gonna have to figure it out now. Would it be like this? Like, I don't get this, like, how the arm plays into this. It'd be, like, in front, but then it, like, goes behind. Like, you'd have this kind of awkward point where it, like, goes from being in front to being behind it. Well, this part at least I know. I know how to do this part. Alright. And then this also has this kind of arm thing. Kind of like that. It's like this side I'm pretty okay with. This side I'm like, eh. I guess it doesn't need too accurate. It is what it is. So like that's how it goes on the chair. Let's draw this part. Incidentally, part of the reason why I'm drawing this is because I want a new desktop wallpaper. It'll be a bit wobbly and scribbly, but at least it'll be the right dimensions. Because right now I'm using my, my AU Academy, Nijikoshian thing as my desktop wallpaper. The one that I did, like, manga style art for. Let me grab it. If I can find it again. Which year did I draw it? Last year? The year before that? Didika. Yeah. This one. Is it opening? Yes, it's opening. Loading. This is my current desktop wallpaper. So, this will be my new one after. It kind of feels like a pretty big difference, doesn't it? Like, this is like really fine lines and details and stuff, and then this is just blobby. blobby. Blobby happy. Yeah, very long. I have black bars on the top and bottom. Alright, this guy's hair. The thing about his hairstyle is that he looks better on the other side because that's where his like bun is. So since I drew him on this side, the uniqueness of his hair is a bit lessened. Like he's supposed to have... I don't think he'd be able to see it from this angle. You'd be able to see like the hair that sticks out after it though. His hair is just about this long. Why does his head feel big too? I keep making people's heads big. If I shrink this side a bit... I'm listening to the medley right now. VVS got a lot of screams as well. I think I'll slide this up a bit, maybe? You know what, I'll adjust the position later. I want his legs to be a lot longer, though. Like, so much longer. Like, I'm okay with the torso being this short because he's, like, leaning back, but I want the legs to come out, like, a lot more. Like this... Maybe it would be good to move it now, because I wanna... I wanna extend his leg, like, pretty significant distance, so I'm gonna move it, actually. Feels a bit weird. What I'm drawing just no longer matches up with. match up with what's underneath, so I'm kind of just redrawing it. You know what? Move everyone, maybe? And then... Shoe needs smooth, though. And... The problem is that I have Seraph standing right now, right? But he's gonna be... If he really is standing there, he's actually taller. Like, he's crazy tall. Why did I make him stand? Let me hide Hitetsu. How tall is he? Let me actually search it up. Sarah. Dazzle. Garden. Height. He's 186 centimeters. You know what? I want to make his legs further apart. Like, he's not just putting his legs straight, he's kind of spreading them apart. I think that's more whimsical or something. I say that and then hardly change it. Like that much? Well, anybody taller than 175 is giant to me. So shoot. You know, people keep saying that Shu is short, but I don't think he's that short. Is it just me? Like, I just feel like a lot of the new guys who have debuted, I say new, but I'm talking about like people in the past like 3 years. I feel like they've all been so tall. Like he's average but shorter than most of the guys. Yeah, because the guys are just so tall. Basically, like that. Legs like that. So, yeah, my rough sketch of chair. So, Oshiribe... Do I have to shrink him to make him fit here? I think I do. If I wanted to be kind of in the back here. He just, in general, needs to be smaller. His head, that is. Because the size he is right now, he feels like he's, like, kind of in the front. He's, like, around the same distance as Shu is. Kind of more on the front side. But if I want him to be in the back, he has to be, like, this size. If I want him to be, like, positioned here. Let me bring Tetsu back. Or maybe he could fit without shrinking his head because I've made Kanacho's head so big. Maybe. I need to do something about this foot though. It would go in front of Itetsu. So Itetsu's kind of sitting in between his legs. The perspective is so off though, but whatever. Whatever. Here. Nah. Let's add a line, actually. Wait, actually, he's got like a cape thing too, but you can't see it the way that I drew it. But he does have one. Anyways, he's also purple. Wait, there's so many purple people. Hoshirube's purple is more blue? I feel like this is kinda Hoshirube purple. I feel bad that I can't differentiate Kitami and Albin orange. Like, is Kitami's... is Albin's orange a bit more yellow, maybe? No, but that doesn't feel right. But Alvin's doesn't feel like a reddish orange. This just feels like... Am I like orange blind? Orange is just orange to me. Kitami's is more warm. Should I just search up... Should I just search up their colors? Warm. Like his is more yellow? Ah, wait, that's not nice. Hmm? Alright. Kitami, you say. Aha, I see it. Vaguely. Alban Knox. Wait, his is also... They both look orange to me. His is also orange. That's... They're exactly the same! I need to see them side by side. And I don't want to make it too saturated anyway, so... They feel too similar to me. Maybe... You know what? I associate Alvin with, like, his orange shirt. So... Maybe if I, like... do that. I just realized that I've been, skipping out on some details, haven't I? Going back to Rube. The detail that I was skipping out on is on here. He has the same top as Kitami, right? And yet, I totally did not add all of those details. There's like this thing. Which is also here. And then there's also the stuff here, which I had combined on this part. And then there's also this line and this line. And then there's also this and this. Okay, and then. Oh, I totally got the order of this wrong. This actually overlaps. So I actually have this stuff here as well. Yeah, right? He's also got... a thing here. Honestly, I don't know how exactly this thing looks. Something like that. Yeah. Something like this. It's his accessory item. Alright. Detail has been added, and honestly, I should be adding a bit more detail here. Okay. 6. Done. Sarah. Sarah. If he were actually standing here, he'd be this tall. He'd be like that tall. Cause like, the only reason Kitami is able to be here like this is because he's like crouching way down. And I also put him further back. Do I change my canvas size? How do I... Wait a moment. I can't remember the dimensions for. What is 1440? Because right now I'm at 1080. It is 2560. Okay. Change canvas size. 2560 by 1440. Okay, Daz. Seraph Dazzle Garden. You can be tall now. Why is he so tall? He's not that tall. Plus, this is like deformed. So like everyone is short in deformed style, right? Yeah. But he has to at least make sense compared to people who are sitting. How high, how tall is Kitami? Just so I can compare it. Height. Where do I see your height? 174. So if Kitami were standing up straight, let me grab Kitami. He's like this when he's crouched down. And you can see that his legs are bent like that. So if I put his hip at the same height, but he's also like bending forward. So Sarah should be a bit taller still. Considering at hip, when I line up their hips, Kitami is just this much shorter. But like if he were standing up straight, they'd be about the same height. Dang, I actually drew Kitami pretty okay then. I thought he looked short. But it's just because he's crouching down like crazy. Sarah, you're so tall. Hashiribe, let's move you over a bit. Make room for Sarah between there. Or I just redraw Seraph entirely, throw him on the ground. Or on a chair as well. I mean, I could throw him on a chair or something. thinking. 'Cause right now he's just kind of like looking over everyone from far too high up. Otherwise, I ignore Seraph and go back to Akina. How does Akina look now that I've stretched everything out? Difficult. As I stare in confusion. This is 100% Zoom for me. So like, ideally I would keep it at 100% zoom. Because that's my desktop wallpaper. But then Seraph. Let's move people around. Let's move people around and try and figure out if I could, like, redraw Seraph sitting down, or if there's a place for him to naturally be. Like, if these two move over... And, let's put Shu a bit farther to the side. Let's have these guys... having fun here. Would it make sense to have Seraph doing something in this gap? Doing something? The moment when he's standing, if he stands a bit closer instead of farther. Well, if he stands closer, then he's gonna have to get taller. But either way, he's not gonna be in this same pose if he's gonna be here. So, let's hide this. And we're gonna start thinking of ideas, I guess. Let me move Akina over. I like having Shu in the corner, just because I feel like it pulls the gaze fairly well, because he's the only one looking there. This is the complicated part of group drawings, isn't it? Fitting people. Like, it might be cool to give Sarah his violin, because he did perform one. While I'm confused, I'm just gonna play a bit. I'm just gonna play a bit. I'm gonna play coloring book. Very, briefly, don't mind my coloring book playing. Wrong thing. Refer to other layers. All other layers. Okay, we're gonna coloring book this. Yay! Let's color everyone's clothes. Using the bucket tool. So fun. Tolerance. Let's reduce that. I'm totally not looking at any references though, so I'm just like, yeah, vaguely. This is the dark parts. These are the light parts. Something like that. I don't remember Itetsu's outfit that well because his is so unique. His white pants. I remember that. Bam, bam. Alright, there's my fun... my fun distraction. Don't you still have to figure out Akina? Yeah, I have to figure out Akina and Seraph, so... I stopped thinking for a bit. It's kind of funny, huh? Their hair color is like their basic character color, isn't it? Other than Shu. The other thing is that, I don't know, layout-wise, I kind of want them to be kind of close up. Let me put this all in a folder. Kind of want them all to be, like, in the center. But then, like... Oops. This is a bit complicated now that I colored them in. Just like, this is where I would put Shu without Sarah. Should I try sticking everyone together closer? Let me remove all the colors. They didn't last very long. I'm gonna be relaying everything out. Hide this. It no longer exists. We're playing around with this again. So like, if I really make them stick together as much as possible, let's make Kanato even closer to Kitami. Like, he's making that joke right in his face. Maybe I can make Kitami move back a bit here. And then that gives Seraph his space back, and he can do something else other than stand there. I like having, like, breathing space around the edges. Alright, time to doodle some random ideas. Grab a bigger brush and be like, if the height of his head cannot surpass, like, this. I mean, okay, there is another option. If I throw it, Shuribe very close again. And then I put like Seraph on the ground over here. That's like an option, but I don't really like that. I like having Hoshiribe kind of off the end, because he kind of frames it like this, you know? The composition, so difficult. I could make a table here and have Seraph sit on the table. Like, if there's a table here and Seraph is sitting on the table. squatting. Like crisscross? I feel like this could work, what I have right here. And then I move everything a bit down. Again. I've never spelled crisscross before. I think Chris has 2 S's so that it matches with cross. Maybe? It feels weird to put him on the ground though. Because he's so tall, so I'm used to him being higher up. And I feel like if I let him sit on the table like this, he'll be high up, but he won't be as tall as if he were standing. He could be like leaning while sitting on the table. Because the table is actually, well, there was a table as like part of their performance for Anti-Hero, so like having a table is not too out there. It also helps tie. I'm trying to pretend that I have an idea of what composition is. It kind of ties together the group by having a table in the background. Maybe. You know, and he's like leaning forward. He's sitting on the table, but he's like leaning on his elbows or something. On the table. Sitting like that, maybe. When you're leaning forward, your head goes down. So he'd be like that. Trying to figure out the size. The table became incredibly huge, unnecessarily huge. And then that's why they are sitting on chairs, except for these two who are sitting on the ground, because I drew them on the ground. And that way, you know, we've got this shape. Or something. We've got like a legible shape. Maybe. Let's move Albin and Itetsu over a bit. They're a bit concentrated on one side. Akina is still like off to the side being like, hey guys. Maybe I should have Sarah acknowledge Akino's existence like how Shu is acknowledging Akino's existence. I mean, I kind of get the impression that Hoshirube is kind of acknowledging his existence too, even though all I have him doing is kind of vaguely like, ha 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 ha, kind of smile. Yeah, I just finished my concerto BGM actually, and I'm kind of thinking, now what? You can see how rough I make my roughs. I kind of showed at the very beginning how rough I make my roughs. Cause they're just like blobs and then they turn into like other blobs. Seraph's hair is kind of hard. Let's just do a simple smile. If you... I need to like test the pose out. If I'm sitting, cross my legs, and then rest my head on my hand. Like this. It goes in this direction. Okay. My other arm right now is literally drawing, but if not, it could just be on the table. Could just be wherever. Ignore it. My elbow is currently resting. My left elbow is resting on my right leg, which means that it would be the left leg here. And then it is facing the direction that my arm is going in, so like this. I need to hide these guys. Okay. It's going in this direction. No, wait. Is that right? Yes, that's right. That's right. So that's how you sit with your legs crossed, I guess. And since he's leaning forward, he's not as tall! What do I do with this arm? I could rest it on my lap. If I rest it on my lap, it would look like this, I guess. Yeah. Minato... Are you talking about Kitami? Minato was in the Vax Takeover Live. So there. I'll bring everyone back. Not this one.
You know what, the horizon line is probably like around here. So the table is probably pretty flat.
Is Masha not the orange one? No! Kitami Yusei. I don't think I drew him very much like him, but this guy. Shrink his head a bit. I was doing good for a bit there. I mean, I think you know the people that you know. That's kind of how it goes. If you know who you're talking about, you know who you're talking about. I feel like Seraph is such an add-on right now. Wait. What is he actually doing other than sitting there for the sake of the composition? Before he was happily laughing along, so you know what? Let's erase your eyes. You're just and you were looking at these guys having fun and laughing along. So instead of looking straight at us for no reason, you're gonna look a bit off to the side again. You know, you're looking like in this direction. Right? And then iteration number 3. Let me at least get the table. Right, the table is back. Yeah, table. Okay. And then for this one, we're gonna try and, you know, get it, somewhat on model, and then I will draw the actual lines. It's got a sleeve thing here, and I need to actually make this, I need to deform it, so smaller arms. Right? Since he's leaning forward, it would look like that, I guess. His hair is so difficult. If I was drawing his right side, I think it would be easier. But I'm not, so... It is a bit confusing to think about. I'm gonna hide you, KNT. He's got this thing, along with all of this stuff. Alright. And then the leg. So he's got all of the flowy cloth stuff as well, because of course he does. Alright, hide away Itetsu and Hoshiribe. And yay, because of the flowy cloth thing, we don't really see much of his other leg. And then he's got the boot. That, like, the majority of everyone else also has. Alright. And that pretty much brings him to the amount of detail that existed for everyone else at the start of the stream. I'll just delete this. My one for fun coloring phase. Alright, hopefully that makes sense. I feel like he would be a bit taller, but at the same time he's like bending over. He fits just in this gap. You know what's funny? I'm looking at, like, the shape of this thing. It's almost like a heart. Look, if you follow their heads, follow Hoshiribe's leg to the bottom of Itetsu, follow this line up to Shu, around his back, around Kitami's head. Just drawing random stuff. Where was I? This Lair, okay. Me and my unnamed layers. Let's just have him smile with a closed mouth. I'll probably stop after Sarah, even though Akina still exists, because I feel like I just need to keep thinking about Akina. Blob hand. But blob hand with purpose? Let's erase this one. And then there's this side. And then there's like 2 of this.
Alright, Canty, you're going. Alright, nice, nice. Okay. Hum. Can't say I really know what those belts are, but I see them, so I'm drawing them. And let's hide you, Tetsu, and you, Shirube. Almost there. Okay, Sarah. He's got a bit of a cape, and I think you would be able to actually see it, so... It'd be like that. And... there's a line here and a line here. And a line here. So many lines. Yeah. I cannot spell. Does. I drew that all in one layer. Oh, Seraph is the first red. Like he's floating. But he's on a table. For the sake of having a straight line, let me use the rectangle tool. I guess I'll create a new layer for it. I need it to be the color of lines, and I'll make it like here. Yeah, he's sitting on a table. And I guess along with the rectangle, let's also have this, the thickness of the table. There. There we go. He's sitting on a table. Alright, I guess I'm done for now. Thinking. Alright, I'll continue this next week. Perhaps, or if I finish drawing it in the meantime. Well, it's 8 people. Let's be realistic. I'm not gonna finish drawing this. I will try to have an idea for Akina though. It might just end up being exactly as I drew him already. But I want to think before I actually put it down. As far as like my model project, I do intend to continue that. I also think that I need to study a bit more how to use Inochi 2D. So for that, just like in the sense of having a stream of doing things, because if I don't know how to use it properly and stream it, then it doesn't really work out that well. But yeah. Next week will just be simple drawing. And then next week the archive for the concert will run out. I just realized the dark purple guy is sitting on light purple's leg. Yeah, so because the way the layers work out, he's on top. But what's actually gonna happen is that this leg is behind him and this leg is in front of him. So he's gonna be sitting in between his legs. But I don't exactly want to cut the layer right now, so that there's like a layer behind and a layer in front. Oh, hello, Derek. You kind of came in right as I was about to end my stream, but this is the current progress, and then next week I would continue it. But I guess just to show like my starting point versus my ending point, because why not? Is that everyone? Yeah, so this was what I started with, and then this is what I ended with so far. Before, after. I think with that you can kind of see how the composition has kind of improved. You're bored? I guess you'll have to look for something else soon. But thank you. It's just funny seeing how Seraph was just so tall before. And then yeah, Akina. Who this random stranger man in the bottom right? This guy? He's Saegusa Akina. I didn't draw him in yet because I want to make sure that I agree with his position. Because for the others, it made sense where they were, so. Yeah. No, I'm happy with how I added Seraph in at the end. I do still... It's because I know that I added him in at the end that I'm kind of like... He doesn't feel like he's part of the group right now. But then again, Shu's not really part of the group right now because he's looking at Akina, and Akina's not here. Alright. Well, I guess that's it then. I'll be ending my stream. So, thanks for watching. Thanks for stopping by, Derek. I will say, that stranger man is like my favorite of them all. That's why I'm not drawing him. But, yeah. Alright, bye! Bam.